And what's up, guys? Welcome to the XiNGWood podcast. My name is King Keontae. If you don't know who I am by now, then what have you been doing for the past 17 years of your life? It's cool. It's cool. You've been chilling. I've been chilling too. My name is King Keontae. That's XiNGCIANTA. And welcome to the official XiNGWood podcast. Like I said, this is very random. I know. So we're gonna take this episode. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take this episode, and we're gonna explain a few things, and we're gonna do something. We're gonna do the point of this show. So let's just hop in straight into it. XiNGWood. I mean, if you can't tell by now, I mean, you know what I'm saying. Hollywood is mine now. A king has entered Hollywood now, and so basically, this podcast is gonna be me reviewing movies, reviewing films, rating them, seeing what I like about them, seeing what I don't like about them. Basically just I'm doing movie reviews. You know what I'm saying? And really, from now on, from this episode forward, not this episode, but moving forward, these are all gonna be spoiler reviews. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't watched the movie, I do suggest go watch the movie before it even coming to this podcast ever. Like, go watch the movie for yourself, see it for yourself, make your own opinions before ever coming here. But if you decide that you don't have the time, you know what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying, right? Come on over here too, you know what I'm saying. Hear what I feel about it. But all reviews are going to be spoiler reviews. Today's episode is going to be a spoiler-free review. Next episode, we'll touch bases on the film we're doing today. Because the film we're doing today is Joker FOLIE I actually had to learn that. And like I said, next episode, if there is a next episode, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna touch bases. We're gonna touch more really on what goes on in the film. That's gonna be our spoiler review. But this is our spoiler free review. So we'll go over it. We'll do a little something. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So Joker FOLIE for the past few weeks since its release date, I think October something. October something, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's been getting a bunch of mixed criticism, and honestly, it's understandable. You know what I'm saying? Some people think it's a bad movie because they think it's, quote, just a musical. Some people actually appreciate the movie for what it is. I'm personally am of the 1% that actually appreciates the movie. I really enjoyed the film. Like I said, we'll touch bases on what I really enjoyed about it most, next episode. But we're really gonna focus on, you know what I'm saying. So, like I said, I'm really one of the 1% that really enjoyed the film, and the reason I just enjoyed the film is because let's be real. This just like Joker, just like the first film, the 2019 film. This isn't really, although the title of the film is called Joker. This is not really Joker's story. This is Arthur Fleck's story, right? And it's been that has really been the misconception because people just generally don't seem to understand that. They don't seem to really think, and it, honestly, it's fine. But in this film, we really get to see inside what goes on Arthur's psyche, what goes on in his mind as he's preparing for his trial case to see if he's, sane, or, well, not really sane, but if Arthur Fleck really murdered Murray. If you didn't watch the 2019 film, go watch it. And because that's one thing I will say, Joker, the 2019 film was way better than Joker FOLIE really, because Joker FOLIE I'm just gonna call it FOLIE something like that. It was French. That's all I know. It felt rushed, and compared to the first film, anyway, the sequel felt rushed, and I don't like that. That was like one of my only complaints. Like, it was just a teeny bit rushed, but you know what I'm saying. The 2019 film really took its time to get into what it was trying to present. FOLIE just kind of went straight into it, and normally that's good. It's just its approach was interesting. Its approach did not fit, what was happening. It just felt rushed. Like they were really just trying to, like they wanted fans to understand like that and just get it out. And so, and honestly, it's understandable. It's like, but with the 2019 film, it being the masterpieces was, they kind of really should have stuck with that, what they had going on. Having fans really think, really, try to understand what's happening instead of just throwing it at them. So I can understand that as well. But going back to what I was saying, it was really a chance we got to see what goes on in the mind of Arthur Fleck, and it really presents now not the character Joker, but the idea of Joker. Okay, like I said, this is not a spoiler review. I'm not gonna really say what happens, but at the end of the movie, that's what's really confirmed. Like this is not Joker's story. This is just how the idea of Joker was made, and the parts that people really didn't like, the quote musical parts, which they were musical parts, but I'm quoting them because they're actually not just that. But they are actually very vital to the entire film. Because that's when we get to see what goes on inside Arthur Fleck's mind. I mean, throughout this entire film, he is revealed that he uses music to cope. He is using music to cope with himself, with his inner self, with the Joker, basically. And you can kind of notice that because compared to the 2019 film, where he has a condition, he laughs uncontrollably. He's really is really more controlled in this movie because of the music, because he keeps thinking of the music. I mean, he says it, and like honestly, and that's going back to what I said. The creators of this film just really threw that at the fans instead of just making them think about it, but he explains that he just keeps thinking of the music. When he killed Murray, he remembers only the music. Blah 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 blah. That is all revealed in the film. Now the tone, I really liked the tone of it. Like I said, compared to the 2019 film, the tone of it, and by the tone I mean like I can't say too much. Like the approach, like the approach, like how things were being said. You know what I'm saying? Compared to what I'm saying, the time. What I'm trying to say, because this happens like 60s, 90s, something like that. I'm gonna go say like 60s, something like that, because the cartoon that is showed up in the beginning of the film is very Looney Tune like. So I'm gonna assume like 1960s, around that time period. I really like the tone they kept with it being like around the 1960s time period and what was happening, progressing on as Arthur Fleck is in Arkham Asylum. So I really like the tone they kept. Kept the same tone, kept the same mannerism. Excuse me if I'm trying to use big words. I can't really explain. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean. They kept the exact same tone from the 2019 film. I mean, they kind of had no choice, but it's like, what I'm saying, that's what people were kind of worried about. It's like, well, we're skipping ahead because now Harley Quinn is kind of introduced, and it's like, well, you watching this film, it's like, well, not really, because we're still in the same time period. Harley Quinn isn't supposed to be introduced yet, but yet here she is in this film, and it's like interesting. But then you have to think about it. This is not the regular DC universe. This is what is called an Elseworld. If you don't know what an Elseworld is, it's basically a parallel universe. It's DC's version of a parallel universe. And so yeah, sorry, but that's really how you have to think of it. You can't just think this is, like I said earlier before, you can't think this is not Joker's story. This is Arthur Fleck's story, because this is not really Joker, and this is not a Batman universe. I mean, you can pretty much tell that this is not a Batman ran universe. This is a kind of Joker ran Elseworld, and so that's really how you have to think about that. Now the cinematography, beautiful. So many great shots, and what a shot that really gets me is and it's really a callback to the 2019 film, is when Arthur Fleck is running up the stairs to Harley Quinn, the same stairs he was like kind of walking down, dancing down, you know what I'm saying, after he did what he did in the first film, and it's really a callback. It was such a beautiful shot. Both of them, really the musical parts as well, because that I feel like that's where they really worked hard on. There was a time in the courtroom where he was actually Joker and not Arthur Fleck, and that was just such a beautiful shot. The cinematography really went hard, and what was the hardest part, like, was when let's see, Harley Quinn had wiped her lipstick on the the glass wall. Y'all know jail, right? Y'all get it. And she wiped her lipstick on the glass wall, and Joker smiled, and his smile aligned with the lipstick. The cinematography for that was amazing, beautiful, even, because it's like, I mean, I can't speak personally, but to me, I feel like that would be a very hard shot to capture, and the fact they were able to do that, it was just like, I saw it in the trailer. I was like, oh man, that's how I knew this movie was gonna be good, just based off of that one shot. And so I really love the cinematography of it. It like I said, it fit the tone of the entire film, it fit the tone of the 2019 film, and I just loved it. And so moving on to the message behind it. This, like I said, this is Arthur Fleck's story, not necessarily Joker's story. So what they tried to do was really get inside the mind of Arthur Fleck, and it really helped understand him. It helped, really, it helped you sympathize for Joker, like Joker as a whole, not just in this film and the 2019 film, but it makes you sympathize for Joker, who, as you know, is this just horrible criminal with no sympathy whatsoever. It in a way kind of makes you sympathize for him because of what goes on in this film, of what what how he's feeling now. And even after he tries to change, after he tries to, what I'm saying, kind of right his wrongs, and still gets betrayed, and still ends up, I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, it helps you sympathize for him. I even cried for him. I did cry watching this film, like towards the end. I was like, oh man, I mean, it's a lesson though. You know what I'm saying? It's a lesson. And like I said, watch the film. Watch the film, please, especially before the next episode, because next episode I'm really going in. And so yeah, but this movie got a lot of mixed criticism. I mean, a lot of, like, most people say it was bad, but they enjoy it. And honestly, I wouldn't blame you. I completely understand, even, but you gotta really just take the not don't think of it as just a musical. That's what a lot of people did. They saw other people say it's a musical. They went in thinking it's a musical. They watched it as a musical. Don't watch it as a musical. Watch it as your Arthur Fleck. I mean, just really try to think about it. And I get it. Generic people don't like thinking. I'm okay with that. But Joker, fully I do. It's not as horrible as people say. It's not as good as Joker, the 2019 film, but it's not a horrible movie at all. It's not just a musical. It's really a deep message, and I really enjoyed it. Based off of everything I said, I would give this movie a 6 out of 10, because, like I said, a lot could have been done better, though. That's one thing I will say. I think my biggest complaint was it just felt rushed. A lot better could have been done. They could have took their time with it. The music, love the music, actually. Now that we're speaking about musical, I didn't even get to that, but love the music. I love a lot. I love the message of this movie in general, and I really loved the ending, even though the ending was a little, you know what I'm saying. But like I said, it made you sympathize for him. But like, that's all I got. I'm sorry. I'm kind of rambling now, but yeah, 6 out of 10 movie. I would recommend you watch the movie before. Actually, then what I'm saying, we get to deep dive into what go, what I'm saying, really get our hands dirty with this film. This is really how a lot of these episodes are gonna go, because like I said, from here on out, they're gonna be spoiler reviews, right? So definitely watch the movie before you ever come back to this podcast. This has been great. This has been fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you want to see more of this, don't forget that hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell. Make sure you stay awesome, stay blessed. See y'all in this one.